Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Matt here from Chill TCG. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new and improved version of an older deck list. We've done a few of these. Recently we covered Eternatus VMAX with kind of a new and improvements from cards from Chilling Reign. We did the same thing with ADP where we updated that deck list, and today we're going to be taking a look at an updated Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX deck list. Using a lot of cards which recently came out in Chilling Reign to make this deck list different but better in some ways. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. Rapid Strike Urshifu is still one of the best decks in our format right now. I know there's a lot of Shadow Riders running around. That's just kind of how it is. You know, this list specifically has gotten a lot of top placements. It's even won a handful of events in this first week of Chilling Reign meta. So I'm really excited to get into it. Of course, Rapid Strike Urshifu, we're going to be running a 3-3 Rapid Strike Urshifu V and VMAX lineup. That's going to be our primary attacker for the list. Now, Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX is a really awesome attacker, fighting type 330 HP, retreat cost to 2. It is weak to Psychic, so Shadow Rider. However, it's got two really fantastic attacks. One of them is going to be Gale Thrust, 30 damage, but if you switched into the active this turn, it does 150 damage. And then we have G-Max Rapid Flow, 2 fighting in a colorless, does 120 to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. It can be to the bench or to the active, but you don't apply weakness to the bench. This second attack is actually going to be more of a primary focus now in this new updated deck list, whereas the first attack was our main primary focus before during the Battle Styles format meta. So there's a couple new things in here that we're just going to go over. But the first thing that I want to talk about is going to be the new Inteleon lineup, which came out, of course, in Chilling Reign. So this Sobble, there's a Sobble, a Drizzile, and an Inteleon lineup which came out in Chilling Reign, which are Rapid Strike Pokemon, which goes very well with, of course, Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. But this Sobble is a new one, not too crazy. It's got the Keep Calling attack, so we can grab some basic Rapid Strike Pokemon and put them on our bench. Not super important. It's just probably our best option to, Sobble to be playing right now. We're actually going to be running the base set Drizzile, not the Rapid Strike one, and this is because this Drizzile actually has the ability Shady Dealings, which we've seen a lot in other water-type archetypes. Now, Shady Dealings is really great when we evolve into Drizzile. We're going to be able to search our deck for any trainer card, reveal it, and then put it into our hand. So it's actually kind of like a draw engine as we're evolving up into our Inteleon. And of course, we're running the new Inteleon, the Rapid Strike Inteleon, which we're mainly using for its quick shooting ability, which is going to be, we get to put 2 damage counters on one of our opponent's Pokemon once per turn, which is actually really crazy. And now, I'm not sure if we can use multiple quick shooting in one turn if we have multiple Inteleons. I believe we can because it doesn't specify that we cannot, which is actually really cool. So, yeah, it's going to be there just to fix math, kind of spread some damage, and slowly chip away at our opponent. This can add up for sure after like 3-4 turns if we get multiple Inteleons on our board. These quick shooting abilities are really going to add up, and that's the reason why we're running Inteleon. So we're running a 4-4-3 lineup of these guys. It's our kind of a draw engine, at the same time some extra damage counters. Kind of the new fancy way to play Rapid Strike Urshifu. Another new card which is in the list is a new card from Chilling Reign, which is the Rapid Strike Passimian, and this is actually going to increase our bench damage, our damage done to our opponent's bench Pokemon. As long as it's we're attacking a V or GX Pokemon on the bench by 30. So this is actually crazy. Like I said, Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX can do 120 to 2 bench Pokemon, or the active or the bench, but 120 if we picked both bench Pokemon, that actually turns into 150 to 2 bench Pokemon, which is really good. And on top of that, we do have, of course, Telescopic Sight, which does the same thing as Passimian, but it's an attachable item card. So tool card. So we're going to be able to attach this to Urshifu, and now, of course, all of a sudden we're hitting for 180 to 2 Pokemon on our opponent's bench if they're V or GX. That means we can KO 2 Crobats, Crobat, Dedenne, whatever it might be. We can KO 2 at the same time. That's 4 prize cards. So going to be a very awesome option here. Of course, we are running Karate Belt, which is going to, of course, allow us to attack for free for that first attack, Gale Thrust. However, it's also going to allow us to use the second attack for just one, twin Rapid Strike energy if we're behind on prize cards. So a really good option there as well. Yeah, everything else in here is pretty much normal. Tower of Waters, that's from Battle Styles, gives us free retreat. A Rapid Strike Pokemon. We are running one of these Hoopas here, the Evil Admonition Hoopa. This is kind of a tech in here. It's a great single prize attacker. It has been for a really long time. Came out in Unified Minds. However, it's a dark type, which really helps us right now because, of course, all those Shadow Riders are running around, and they all have abilities. So this attack does 20 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon that has an ability. So this means that if we're playing against Shadow Rider, we're most likely going to be able to hit this thing for, if they have 2 on their board, that's 50, so 100 damage for 1. Could go up to, 120, 140, those types of things. So it's going to be a good option. It's not going to one-hit KO anything. even Shadow Rider, but it is going to be a really great option to finish off some KOs. So yeah, here's the list. Export for it is going to be down in the description below. You guys can copy that, paste this into PTCGO. We do have a Dedenne in here, Jirachi-GX to get rid of our Psychic weakness, Mew to protect our bench, and we have a Spinner, Escape Rope, lots of switching options here. 2 Switch, 1 Escape Rope, Tower of Waters, 2 Boss, 3 Marnie, 4 Research, and we also have an Air Balloon thrown in here as well. And then for energies, we're running 4 of the Rapid Strike energies and 4 basic fighting energies. So yeah, this is it. This is new Inteleon Urshifu, Intelefu, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I'm so bad at deck names, coming up with names. But yeah, I mean, Rapid Strike Urshifu is still one of the best decks in our format. It has been for a really long time, and to be 100% honest with you, I'm really excited to get in and play this deck list. So I don't have a lot of experience with this one in particular. I used to play some Rapid Strike Urshifu back in Battle Styles format, but since Chilling Reign comes out, I've actually not played Urshifu really at all. But we're going to get into some games on the ladder, see if we can't showcase a little bit about what this deck can do. And like I said, guys, link to the import or export will be down in the description below. Go check it out. All right, let's get into some matches. Let's hop on the ladder, see if we can't do something interesting with this new Urshifu deck. I'm really excited. All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Hopping on the ladder, we're playing Desty, Desty, I'm not sure. Rapid Strike Urshifu. Kind of dangerous to be playing on the ladder right now. There's a whole lot of Shadow Riders just around here. We see the Gengar coin, the Mega Gengar coin, so potentially could be a Psychic type deck that we'll have to deal with. Do we want to go first? Yeah, we always do want to go first with Rapid Strike Urshifu. Definitely going to be advantageous for us to do that. We do we miss out on all our basic Pokemon, so we're going to mulligan, unfortunately. Other than not having a basic Pokemon, the hand was actually quite decent, so hopefully we get another good hand. Let's see what we're starting with here. We have the Urshifu start, Level Ball, Marnie, Tower of Water, so all kind of decent things. Let's see what we're up against for this matchup. I do like these Trev Noir sleeves. They're very, very nice. He's going to draw that extra card because of the mulligan. We see the Jirachi, so again, this could potentially be a welder, a fire type deck. Let's quick ball away a Marnie, and I think what we want to do right off the bat is get a Sobble down on our board. And we're just going to pass like this. We can level ball for Drizzile next turn, which could be pretty beneficial. We could also Marnie him. So he's not attacking this turn, or at least probably not attacking. Although if this is a welder deck and he goes second, he could attack. But I don't think he's got anything or possibly has anything that can do 220 here on his first turn going second. So I'm not too worried. The Jirachi here in the active makes me feel like this is some sort of fire type deck. I don't know. Could be Tempo Zard. Okay, so it's actually Decidueye, which is very interesting. Extremely interesting. So, gonna be tough for us for sure. We don't actually have a great way of dealing with Decidueye in our deck, but we'll see. So we did go first. So hopefully, potentially, we could get a Gale or a Rapid Flow off, and we could KO both these Rowlets on his board. However, he does have the Mew, and he's gonna go ahead and play that. So, kind of very tough for us. This setup is gonna be extremely tough for us to deal with. Yeah, okay. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to level ball immediately, and we can grab Drizzile. Okay. So we're going to evolve the Drizzile, and let's see exactly what we're working with here and what we kind of have to our disposal. So we could grab Evolution Incense to grab the VMAX. That could be pretty beneficial for us, I think. Air Balloon could also be good, but we have Tower of Water in hand, so we're going to want either a Switch, of course, or an Escape Rope. But I think it's more likely that we draw into that than drawing into just straight VMAX, if I'm being honest with you. Because, well, we have 3. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually better to grab the Switch card, if I'm being honest with you. But we have to evolve first before we can actually do that to get the full effect. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's pop the Evolution Incense. We're going to grab our Urshifu VMAX. And now here, I think what we're going to do is we're going to Tower of Waters. And now we're going to go ahead. We can level ball, and I think what we're going to have to do is grab another Sobble. We might want to get... well, we have Inteleon, so this matchup could be pretty interesting, honestly. But I think what we want to do here is... yeah, we have to Marnie. Yeah, we're going to have to Marnie. But hopefully we draw into a Switch card. We do actually. We draw into Escape Rope, which actually is very, very good. It's about as good as it possibly could be for us, I think. And we could retreat Rope either way. It doesn't matter. We have a Rapid Strike Pokemon on our board. So I'm going to retreat into Sobble, and then we're going to Escape Rope. I assume he's probably going to feed us a Rowlet above feeding us the Mew. It really just kind of depends what his priorities are. I guess it's kind of a tough decision for him. He does feed me a Rowlet, which I'm pretty much fine with. And now actually what I'm going to do is quick ball away this Marnie because I want to just check something. So we have a Sobble. So we have 2 Sobbles left, 3 Drizziles, 2 Inteleons. So we can grab another Sobble. And I think that's going to be actually our best option here. And we're going to bench that guy. And we're not going to Dedenne yet because we want to evolve into Drizzile next turn. We don't find either energy, unfortunately, but we can go ahead, Gale Thrust, take a prize card. And we do find the Passimian, which is kind of cool. So the funny thing is our Inteleon isn't doing that much damage. It does 70 damage, which is not going to be able to really keep up with a Decidueye, but we're kind of hoping that, that potentially might help us, at some point. But also, a lot of his Pokemon have abilities, so that Evil Admonition Hoopa, for just 1 energy, could finish off a KO as well. So we're going to try to, pop that guy off and get a KO whenever is the most convenient for us, I think. So here comes the Ordinary Rod, and he's going to use it just to grab the Rowlet. I don't know if he's got what he needs in hand, of course, to evolve into Decidueye this turn. He might, though. So we're going to see he quick balls away the Skyla, which is super interesting. And he's going to go ahead and grab the Rowlet, another Rowlet from his deck. And he's going to put that there in the active. So I believe we only run 2 boss in this list, either 2 or 3 boss, which is going to be tough for us for sure. Just because this Mew's here, and we would like to KO this Mew as early as possible. This Passimian, I guess we could bench it. I mean, this Fling attack, I guess, could do something at some point, but I don't know if it's worth benching at this point. I think we want to leave some bench space open for, this Dedenne that we're about to play next turn, and then perhaps the Evil Admonition Hoopa. So I think that's going to be probably pretty important for us. We'll see. So he just researched, so hopefully he doesn't research into just the straight up Decidueye, because he needs a rare candy. But on top of that, he needs either a Decidueye or a way to find Decidueye, which is going to be, he probably has a lot of outs to that as well. So we're just hoping he doesn't find rare candy, I think. This could be a longer matchup, honestly. Definitely could be a longer matchup. And we're not actually going to be able to really utilize a lot of the different cards that are in our list. So we actually find Drizzile, which is cool, just off the top deck, which is nice. So I think what we want to do here, most definitely what we want to do is grab Boss. I think that's going to be like the #1 thing. We have 2 Boss in our deck. Okay. And this guy's only got 50 damage, so we can just KO this thing with, although we do need a switching out to KO, which is a little bit sketchy. But we have a lot of different ways to draw into something, right? So, or though, potentially we could bring up the Mew, and that might actually be the better option. Kind of a interesting situation to be in. Do we bring up the Mew, or do we bring up the Rowlet? Either way, I think that the safest place to bring up the Rowlet, because we can kind of quick shooting it for 2, and then even if we don't find a switch out or another energy, we can, of course, still KO it with Gale Thrust, because it's not actually guaranteed that we are able to KO this Mew. So I think that we're going to do is bring up the, we're going to bring up the Rowlet. I think that's going to be our best play, actually, and we're going to go ahead and then Dedenne, and then we're going to leave the last bench space open for Evil Admonition Hoopa, I believe. That's going to be our best bet. So this is damage counter, so we can actually slowly just whittle down this Mew, and I think that's what we're going to do. We did this, of course, because we also have a switch card in hand. So we can switch into the Sobble, and then we can retreat back into the Urshifu. And I think what I want to do, actually, is start attaching to some of our other Pokemon. We don't really want to miss attachment for turn, so I think we can attach to this Inteleon. And I'm not actually going to bench this Rapid Strike Urshifu V. We could bench this Sobble, but I think that, well, maybe this is just better. Maybe we don't need a bench space open for Evil Admonition Hoopa. This game's going to go for a while, right? So potentially not even the better play. We're not going to bench it yet. We're not going to Gale Thrust, though. KO this Rowlet. So, of course, he can still evolve this one into a Decidueye, but at least at this point, he's not going to be able to attack for another few turns. And that being said, we can kind of whittle down this Mew, with our Inteleons. And if these actually stack, I'm not 100% sure if this ability stacks. Like, if I can do it 3 times, if I have 3 Inteleons on my board. If I can, that's absolutely busted. Unfortunately, he's going to Rosa this turn, so we are going to see the Decidueye come out. But, it's not really the end of the world, realistically, and I'm pretty confident that we're going to be able to whittle down this Decidueye at some point, or, throughout the game. So let's see exactly how this goes. So this dude does have 140 HP. Depending on how many, he doesn't know that I'm running Hoopa, I don't think. So depending on how many Pokemon he does bench here. So right now that's 4, so Hoopa would be doing 90 damage. if he has 4 Pokemon with abilities on his board. At the most, he could have 6, which would be 130 with Hoopa, which wouldn't actually even be enough to KO this Decidueye, but it would with quick shooting. So I guess it would be beneficial for us if he just filled up his entire board with Pokemon with abilities, because all of his Pokemon have abilities, I think, other than maybe the Dartrick. So, all right, let's see what he does. He's going to grab another Rowlet. We're going to see him get this thing down. And yeah, so he actually just attaches and passes. I mean, I think that's probably like his best play. I'm not sure really what else he could have done there. Okay. So let's Level Ball. And I think what we want to grab with Level Ball is definitely Drizzile. It's not super important. I don't think that we grab the Mew yet. And with this, I believe that we can search our deck for a Calm. And I think Pokecom is probably going to be our best bet here, just so that we could potentially grab... although Boss could be really good still, too. But we don't have a double switch out. So, okay. Okay, so he actually just concedes, which probably makes sense, realistically, because, you know, with my Inteleons and whatnot, we're probably just going to be able to whittle him down. His hand might have been also pretty crappy there. So, a very interesting matchup, but it's actually, you know, I don't know. It was probably important for you guys to see maybe how the Decidueye matchup can go. And I guess that this Urshifu actually has the Urshifu deck actually has a pretty decent Decidueye matchup with those Inteleons, right? If we get 3 of those on board, that's like +6 damage counters that we can place, as well as hitting for 70. And then we do have that Evil Admonition Hoopa in there, which is really useful against Decidueye. So let's get into another one. We're playing Magus here. We won the coin flip, always going first, 100%. And this will be the last game. I think we just don't have too much time. I don't have a whole lot of time to record games. It looks like we're starting with Jirachi-GX, which is tough, but maybe it'll be really useful in the matchup. We'll have to see what we're going up against. But most of the time, this is probably just kind of dead weight, just kind of like a dead board space if we're not actually playing a Psychic type deck. So we see another Rapid Strike Urshifu, which is super interesting for sure. I don't know how I feel about that, to be completely honest. But what we're gonna do here is we're gonna Level Ball. We're gonna grab our Sobble, and I might grab double Sobble. But we're gonna grab Urshifu and we're gonna attach. So I'm actually gonna Quick Ball away the Marnie because we're gonna research next turn, I think, and then now we're gonna grab the Urshifu. We're gonna grab the Urshifu, and then we can Spinner, grab our basic fighting, and we could hold the Sobble to grab Drizzile for next turn, but we have research in hand already. So I'm gonna pop the Level Ball, and I'm just gonna check. So we do still have 2 Level Balls left in our deck. Calm, 2 Evo Incense, 3 Quick Ball. He says hello, so he's probably just like wants me to play faster, but sorry, buddy. I'm recording a video. And we're going to put the Sobble down, and we're going to pass. Now, this Jirachi's still in the active spot. Still a little bit sketchy to have this guy here. Could really be really bad for us at some point. But we do run Mew in our list as well, so we're going to need bench space for Mew. That's going to be really important. And it looks like our homie's playing the same deck, so we're playing, of course, the mirror matchup. And let's see how this goes. So he might actually just get almost the exact same board state set up on his turn, except I'm going first, so I do consider that to be an advantage. He does grab Mew, which is smart for him. I probably could have grabbed or should have grabbed a Mew last turn, but I kind of committed heavily to placing multiple Sobbles down. And he does play Crobat, which is actually pretty cool that he put down Crobat, but we're going to want to deal with this Mew again. Our Inteleons should be good enough to whittle it down, and we're going to get our Inteleons out before he does, right? 3 Sobbles would have been cool, because on our third turn we could have had 3 Inteleons, but that's probably pretty unlikely, and he does bench that second Sobble, filling up his board, actually, which is pretty interesting. We do... this is funny. We do actually find the Sobble here off the top deck. So I could bench it, but what I want to do is probably grab myself a Urshifu VMAX. Just because we want to evolve before we potentially switch in. And we don't know if we're going to have to attach the active yet to switch out. And we're not going to grab Drizzile. Although we could. So we could grab Drizzile and then just use Drizzile to find Evolution Incense. Maybe that's the better proper sequencing. Yeah, actually, you know what? It probably is, if I'm being honest with you. It probably is. So we're just going to do that. We might be wasting cards by doing this. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but at least this kind of guarantees that we're able to do both. And what we could actually do is just grab another Drizzile because we have another Evo Incense in our hand. I think Level Ball is probably better to grab Drizzile, and then Evo Incense is better to grab Inteleon. So we're just going to grab this Urshifu, and we're going to save the other Evolution Incense. That's going to be our strategy here. And let's research. Grab a fresh 7 cards here. Very interesting hand. Very not great hand, realistically, at all, actually. Although he missed attachment, but that doesn't matter a whole lot. That doesn't matter a whole lot for him. So I think what we want to do... man, this is tough. Let's quick ball away... Let's quick ball away Tower of Waters. And I think we're not afraid of Rapid Flow next turn. We don't actually even have Dedenne in our deck. So what we could do here is we could grab Mew just to get it down. And I think that's probably what we'll have to do. There's just nothing else that we really want to grab here. I guess Passimian could be cool, but it's just not super relevant at the moment. And then next turn, unfortunately, we're probably going to have to discard an Inteleon. Yeah, okay, so tough turn. We didn't get to attack, unfortunately. That's very unfortunate for us. We have so many energy outs in our deck. We also have just Escape Rope, Switch, and whatnot. He's given us the heart because he knows that that was like very bad for us. Extremely bad for us, but there's a lot of stuff that he could also miss too. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, the likelihood of us drawing a hand like that off the research was extremely low. We also did prize Dedenne, even though we probably wouldn't have wanted to play Dedenne that turn. But you know what? It is what it is. You know, we'll deal with it. Our board states are very similar. It would have been nice to get another Urshifu down, but I think I'm going to prioritize here potentially putting down Passimian or, you know, I'm not sure. He gets double Drizzile down, which again is already better than, you know, than us, even though he's a turn behind because we missed getting the second Drizzile down. Again, we could have done that, and maybe, I mean, considering looking at our hand, that would have been better because we could have evolved both Inteleons, but there was no way of knowing that this was the hand that we were going to be researching into. So he does find Evolution Incense. He's going to be able to evolve into one of his Urshifus. He's going to be able to attach. He's going to be able to Gale Thrust, however, it doesn't actually KO our Jirachi, so that's not too terrible for us, I suppose. But yeah, he's going to evolve the bench, which is smart. I mean, now all he needs is a switching out and an energy, and he has pretty much everything he could have needed this turn. Karate Belt comes out, and he attaches it to the active, and he Marnies us, which actually isn't great, realistically, because now, I mean, our hand was bad last turn, but at least we had Research and Inteleons in our hand, so we'll see what we drop here. It's not terrible. It's not an awful hand, I suppose, but could be better. Could have been much better. We'll see what we grab off the Marnie, though. And if he whiffs energy or attack or, you know, attachment this turn, that could be absolutely massive for us. Even if he doesn't whiff attachment. Okay, so we do see it there. He whiffs attack, though, which is actually really good for us. Very, very good for us, for sure. So we're going to Drizzile here. What we could do is grab Evolution Incense for Inteleon. Or what we could do is grab, potentially... well, we could grab a quick ball for another Urshifu V, which might be good to bench another Urshifu V. But the likelihood of us drawing into something to grab that card is pretty high, I think. Although we're going to Marnie off this, so... yeah. Because we have we have one Evolution Instance here, one Calm, and then we also have 3 Inteleon left in our deck. So we're going to grab Quick Ball because I think it's actually a better out to potentially grab our... let's attach the Rapid to Urshifu. And we're going to keep this Hoopa because it might come in clutch. Although we're probably not going to use it. So we'll get rid of that. We'll keep the energy. I forget what I was just talking about, to be 100% honest with you. But yeah, so we have more outs to grab potentially or find Inteleon than we do to grab an Urshifu V or to draw into it. However, again, missing all of our switching outs. And I guess attaching that energy might have been pretty premature, but you know, I felt it was probably better to do that than not. But I guess I guess we're just gonna miss on attacking again this turn. So yeah, we're just gonna pass again. Just missing out on all our switching outs. Quick balls, switch or not quick balls. Escape rope, switches, air balloons. We just can't find it. I suppose it's just not in the deck. I don't know. It was in there. We haven't played any of them, so it's unfortunate. We'll see what he draws. Yeah, it looks like we might just be attaching energy and then researching again. We just keep seeming to be researching into cards that we don't actually need. And he does get his Inteleon out, so he might be able to get both Inteleons out this turn. And again, he can hit the active here with the quick shooting, and then he can go ahead and Gale Thrust the Jirachi to take 2 prize cards, which is definitely not going to be good for us. Not going to be good for us at all. But I don't know. Perhaps it's not going to be that bad. We'll see. We'll see how it is. I'm pretty, you know. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Oh man. Yeah, we haven't been drawn that well this game. It's been pretty unfortunate. He does attach the second energy. Does he have a way to switch? He does. He just has air balloon, although he already attached the karate belts. But he has research anyway, so I assume he's just going to draw into a switch card. Almost very, very likely, because he found already 1, and now if he found 1, I'm sure he'll find a second way to switch out, where we have found none of our ways. Although we did have the Tower of Waters, but we discarded that because I didn't want him switching out. Because again, it wasn't going to help us switch out of the active with Jirachi-GX, which is why I discarded it. We see the quick shooting come out. He's going to actually, target our Mew, which I think is probably the better play. Realistically, I think that's his best play. That's probably going to be my play as well. We see the Telescopic Sight came out, so he's going to attach that to the bench Urshifu. Man, and he also missed this turn. Absolutely massive for him to do that, I think. Absolutely incredible. We do find our switch. We top deck it. We're going to be like, wow. We're not even going to emote there. But yeah, I mean, absolutely ridiculous, right? And we're going to research this hand anyway, so we could thin something out of our deck. I'm not sure what we would want to grab, but I think, yeah, we're going to actually do that. We're going to quick ball away research. And now I think what we can grab is going to be a Sobble here. We're just not going to be benching 2 more Sobbles. We still have 1 left in the deck either way. So we're going to research out here. What do we grab? We grab Inteleon. 1 Inteleon, which is better than no Inteleon, I think. So we're going to be able to quick shooting. And now I think what we want to do is target the Mew. That's always going to be our best bet, I think. And then we can go ahead and we can Gale Thrust and actually start hitting something for decent damage, which is going to be to the active for 50 damage, which feels good to get some damage off. Unfortunately, our hand is pretty much dead, though. So next turn, like, we're just not going to be able to really do anything either way. It'd be nice to top deck. That'd be actually really nice to top deck a Inteleon. That would be really cool. Super, super cool. But yeah, we have our other 2 Drizziles in our hand, even though there's not going to be very helpful. We could grab Calm. There's the Bird Keeper. So he's running Bird Keeper in his list. I actually like that. I do like that. He's going to have to just Gale Thrust because, of course, you know, he's not going to be able to... well, he might, actually. So if he finds another Inteleon... Oh, yeah, so he is actually just going to do that. It's going to be a very, very good turn for him because he's going to be able to double ping our benched Mew with Inteleon, and he's going to be able to rapid flow and do some damage to the bench, which would be super beneficial for him, 100%. So unfortunately, our deck is not drawing very well. Our exact list isn't drawing very well. His seems to be drawing a little bit better. He actually grabs the Shady Dealings Inteleon, which I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't have the other one? I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he's just thinning it out. He's going to ping the Mew. I assume he's not going to evolve this one into the Shady Dealings. That would just be very interesting. I'm sure maybe he just grabbed it to grab it. Yeah, so I mean, either way, if you guys see that our deck isn't doing too great, at least we're going to be able to see it from the other side doing a bit better. We actually top deck the Inteleon. Hello. Absolutely ridiculous. Perhaps the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, if I'm being honest with you. So we're going to be able to evolve this bad boy. Wow, that is actually extremely lucky for us, I think. Extremely, extremely lucky. Okay, so now we have options, I think. Now we have a lot of different options. But I think what we have to do either way is KO this Mew. We're going to take this prize card, and we're going to see what we take off the prizes. If it's boss, that's incredible if this is a boss's orders. It's not. It's another energy. It's fine, totally fine. I think we're going to have to stay in the active and then use our Gmax Rapid Flow, which is totally fine by me. And I think what we can do here is we're going to hit the... I think we want to take the prize card, so we're going to hit the Drizzile. I think that's going to be important. And then I think what we want to do... And this one's got Telescopic Sight, so This guy's doing 150. And if we can get that Passimian down on board, that'll also be some extra damage. So he's going to open up the bench space for us to bench the Passimian. How many Marnies has he used? Just one. It might be best to just hit this Urshifu now, I think, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, we're just going to hit the Urshifu on the bench. And then that'll leave us 4 prize cards remaining. But then we need boss for game. The thing is we don't really have out for boss. So I'm thinking it might be better for us to hit this this Crobat, if I'm being honest. We're going to do it. It's not the safest play. Again, I could have just hit this, but I'm hoping that, we don't get Martied and we can put Passimian into play next turn and hit with this guy, which will allow us to finish off both of these next turn with a GMAX Rapid Flow. However, we still need the VMAX, and of course, we still need the Passimian to finish off this guy. But I think that this was probably the correct place to, weighted place damage. So he's going to KO our Mew, which is totally cool. Totally cool by us. Those are the only extra damage counters that he can place. We also can fix the damage with Inteleon next turn, so that's why I'm kind of saving this for here. So either way, I think that we should be in a pretty decent position to finish off this game. So he's going to boss up our Inteleon, and it looks like he's probably going to KO us with Gale Thrust, and this is actually a good play on his part. He's only going to be taking 1 prize card, but this is good for him because... okay, so he actually benches the Passimian. So he rapid flow, so he's actually going to KO the Jirachi, and our, so he's going to win that turn, yeah. So he got exactly what I was trying to do the next turn after, but definitely well played on his part. We both kind of had very, very similar strategies. I think that us just kind of missing our switching out for like 3 turns straight, not much that we could really do, but everything that you saw him do was exactly what we were trying to do that game. Unfortunately, he just kind of had it, and we didn't. So, yeah, I mean, definitely a really cool matchup, a very cool deck. Honestly, a very, very fun deck. One of my favorite decks to be playing right now in this Chilling Reign format. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I couldn't get the win there in that mirror matchup. He just kind of got it when we didn't. It happens like that. It's just how it goes. But you guys did get to see at very least that the deck we lost against was the same deck that we were playing, and it's a very good deck, especially when it draws well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Matty from Chill TCG. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. Oops, oh my god, I just hit my mic. Either way, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Urshifu is still really good. Watch out for those Shadow Riders. Link or export will be down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to get out of here. Peace out.